To Joe Piscopo right now, himself, a guy who a lot of people wanted to write in as a gubernatorial, Senate County, you name it. The comedian, radio show host, former SNL alum, very popular speaker on tour, you name it. Joseph, good to see you.
Neil, great to see you too, my friend.
You know, we talk about, governors whose terms are up and they're running for re-election. We forget in New Jersey, his election is a next year event. Polls are looking fairly good for him. It's not like a Gavin Newsom situation, but it could be. What do you think of where Phil Murphy is going?
You know, it's very, very interesting. I mean, a shout out to Larry Elder, by the way. We're all excited about Larry. Wish him the best. And in New Jersey, the only way you could win is not unlike California. You can't do a recall, but coming out of the box as an independent. And you and I, look, we've known each other long enough to tell you, I always just want to run in just to see what would happen as an independent. Phil Murphy, his numbers are good. He's really a nice guy. But the state is it's like a socialist state now. The taxes are so high. I'm paying taxes on the Garden State Parkway, and that's another thing. You'd think that Governor Murphy would have named a rest stop after me. He got nothing. I got nothing. Everybody.
But, he is puppy, and I never understand. I know it's an overwhelmingly blue state. I know in the situation, the transfer of power soon in New York, it's overwhelmingly blue state, so the lieutenant governor comes right out the box a prohibitive favorite, because it's bluer than blue. How does that, change? How do you pull like a Ronald Reagan, what he did, and get elected back-to-back times in California as governor, and then landslide victories as president, 2 terms in a row? But that's hard to do.
The similarities between California and New Jersey are pretty evident. There's 1.3 million conservatives in California that just don't vote. They're registered, but they will not vote. The same almost exact number in New Jersey. There's 1.3 folks eligible to vote. They don't show up. If you could rock that, man, if you could go in, and I'm telling you, the only way to do it really come out of the box, and we wish the Republican Jack Ciattarelli all the best, but you got to come out of the box. You got to shake it up a little bit. Businesses were shut down. This whole virus, look, I don't know that anybody could have handled it better, but it was so mismanaged, Neil, in New Jersey. Businesses are shut down. Our gyms, the retro fitnesses that we have in Flemington and in Bethlehem, out in Pennsylvania, Governor Wolf killed us there. Governor Murphy killed us there. It cost us thousands of dollars to keep the gym at bay, to follow all the rules of the commandant, They got to leave us alone, and no one mentions property tax. We have the highest property tax in the nation in the great state of Jersey, and they don't. And Neil, better than that. Listen, the mega mansion that you have, Neil Cavuto, I can't even imagine what you pay.
Incredible, incredible. But you must be very selfish then, Joe, because that a lot of people love you. They really do. You're very popular, well-known, what they call a bold-faced name. But I think you're making so much money with all your ventures and activities, you couldn't care less about your fellow New Jerseyans. You just want to keep breaking it in. So am I right about that?
We have a running joke on the radio show. I am beyond the people. I am beyond the people, Neil Cavuto. Beyond it. It's not true.
We joke about it, and you're very modest about it. But you're a very popular guy, and I know a lot of people have been saying, "Hey, Joe, will you consider this?" And you always sort of poo-poo it or you dismiss it. But you've got to maybe think differently now, right? I mean, if everyone who would be considered and asked to run for office did, they ultimately decide not to because it's a pain in the butt. Their whole life is an open book. It doesn't seem worth the scrutiny. And I think good names just never give it a shot.
Well, you don't. And also, I don't know that I could even afford it. You got to go in. You got to raise so much money. And then what about the business? People don't understand that. You have a business to run. So you got to leave everything. And don't forget, in New Jersey, I have a lot of kids, as we always say, one at every exit. You have to keep track of that.
But you look at the bright side. As long as you keep taking the relieffactor.com, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. But let me ask you, kidding, a little tiny joke here. Let me get your sense. It's interesting. I think Chris Christie had mentioned this a while ago. As anomaly as it seems that a Republican get elected in New Jersey. It's happened a number of times. In fact, in recent history, it's the Republican who gets reelected, not the Democrat. So history is actually running against Phil Murphy, isn't it?
That's exactly right. But you got to get, whether people like Chris Christie or not, and you know this, Neil, he's a political animal, very smart. He went in and he crushed it. He went into Democratic Hudson County, in New Jersey, and he won all these Democratic strongholds. But you got it because he came so out of the box. The only way you'll be able to rock it, Phil Murphy's a nice guy, and I like him personally, and that's another thing why I hesitate to go in, because I don't sense the blood, and I don't have that killer instinct, But the one problem is, in the great state of New Jersey, no one cares about the people. They don't care about the everyday people, and we joke, But I tell you what, I am of the people and for the people, and I'm one of the people. I ain't no megastar, I have children. I'm a single, hardworking father. I have a house. We pay a lot of taxes. I go shopping, for crying out loud. I see the inflation. I go to ShopRite, Neil Cavuto. I walk the street. Do you, Neil, if I may?
You do not. You do not. You're talking to me now from the office of the Bruce Wayne mansion. You go to ShopRite. Shut up. Really?
People know I was at Ace Hardware yesterday. I'm giving plugs to all these people. Right. I go in and I walk around. I'm a regular guy, and so I can see a lot of people are hurting business-wise, so hopefully we'll be able to come back. And one of these days, do I go in? Neil, you know what? Again, to your point, we're having fun. It's at AM 970 and Salem Radio. And now I'm doing the weekend show, the Frank Sinatra show on across
everywhere.
Town.
You're everywhere.
Well, and I'm having fun with it.
No, you're a hard worker, but people don't know this about you. And we kid each other a lot. I hope it doesn't get too serious. But you give back a lot. You never forget your roots. You practice what my dad used to say. Stay humble, because in your case, it'll come in handy. You're the best, young man. Keep at it. Now, I know you have to get to Alfred and the Batcave, but enjoy your mansion. That's quite the office there. I mean, looks like you stepped out of Ethan Allen there, but whatever. It's working.
Thanks, Neil.
You are the man. Joe Piscopo. I don't know if you've ever listened to his radio show. You know what makes it so great? He's decent to both sides, and he hears out both sides, and he doesn't get in the extreme bit where they just say nasty things like some of you do to me with nasty comments, and it makes me feel vulnerable. Then I get over it. Well, more after this.